Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Buffalo Bills. No more training camp, no more exhibitions. The 2018 NFL. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here's the first carry for Alex Collins. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. The tackle is made by Micah Hyde.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
There we go. Nice play, baby. Detroit! Detroit!
On second down, here's Jackson. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Jackson on first down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. on second down. Jackson. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
So first and 10 now in Buffalo territory, all the way down at the 21-yard line. Here's a first down run with Collins. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now Jackson on second down. Flush to his right. Looking sideline, incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
So after the INT, it's Allen. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Terrell Suggs in there for sack number 127 in his great career. Moving him past Kansas City Hall of Famer Derek Thomas on the all-time list. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back around his goal line. Here's Allen. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And they're going to get the football just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line. Well, they were obviously backed up, had a little bit of space from the goal line, snapping it from the 3, but still trying to throw it, and...
Yeah, exactly. This is where hindsight is 20/20 comes into play, right? Seems like a good idea to throw the ball there. Maybe you'll surprise them and catch them off guard. Instead, you've created a turnover and put your defense in a bad spot.
Leopard!
After the interception, here's Jackson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Detroit! Detroit!
They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. This will be caught just inside the 10. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And almost intercepted. Would have been a huge pick in the end zone, but as it stands, that brings up 4th.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
These Bills, Charles, broke the 17-year playoff drought under first-year head coach Sean McDermott. And while Bills fans, they reveled in their team's return to relevance, we know the NFL, it's a what have you done for me lately business. So what can we expect in 2018?
I think a continuation of what head coach Sean McDermott started last year, creating the new culture for the Bills, upgrading their defense. But the big thing, they need more plays from the quarterback position that are downfield, chunk plays to take some of the pressure off the defense. Remember, only 3 points scored in the playoff loss to the Jaguars.
McCoy, and a scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Allen from the gun on 3rd down. Benjamin's got it. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Looking for his tight end, Clay, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. His tight end, Clay, the intended receiver. Give to Collins. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Detroit! Detroit!
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Steps away to his left. Room here to run. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Leopard! Leopard!
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. The first NFL touchdown pass for the former Heisman winner Lamar Jackson as the Ravens push further out in front.
And there it is. Tally it up, folks. The first touchdown pass for Lamar Jackson as a member of the Baltimore Ravens. So many people focused on his legs coming into the league, and he'll score plenty of touchdowns that way. But being able to throw it into the end zone, that's a special feeling, and he's a guy who will do that often in the league.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This will be taken very short. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to. Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Now Allen throwing on second down. He'll set up the screen to McCoy. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a third down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening.
Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining. They'll try and run for it with McCoy. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Schmidt on to punt as he sends it away. The Ravens making their way out here, Charles, and a heartbreaking last-second loss to the Bengals Week 17 last year. Kept them out of the playoffs into their season at 9-7. And, you know, since winning Super Bowl 47, they've now missed the playoffs for the last 5 years.
They want to get back to doing things the Ravens way, which means toughness on both sides of the ball. So they want to continue to run it with Alex Collins. They added Orlando Brown in at right tackle. They want better push up front, but they have to throw the ball better as well.
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. They go play action with Jackson. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown. And it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Green.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. He's going to air one out. Looking for Snead, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kayvon Webster. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. They go play action here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Gone! All right, here we go.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Allen. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
The 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. C.J. Mosley coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. And Hauschka missed it left. It's no good for Stephen Hauschka. And this score will stay right where it is.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. Yet in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
Hurry up, here we go. 3:19. 3:19. Here we go,
They'll begin the drive with Collins. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are. Figure out the things that they really want to accomplish and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Now Jackson looking to throw on 2nd down. Crabtree with it over the middle. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move was there, but didn't buy him a whole lot. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8.
Single receiver. Hey, you're
From the gun, Jackson. It finds Crabtree for the completion. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore 1st down. Now Collins And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back.
Detroit! Detroit! Leopard!
Here's Jackson to throw. Got it complete to Crabtree. And he's brought down. Third catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
So first and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 35-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Leopard! Leopard!
To throw on second down, Jackson. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking for Nick Boyle that time. And that takes us from second to third down.
Well, they're slinging it. And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. The Ravens on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Jackson. It's caught by Crabtree. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And it bangs off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound, Brandon, no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
Gone! 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 Let's go!
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Leopard! Leopard!
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Rolling to his right. Crabtree has it. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. On 1st and goal, Collins. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Alex Collins punching it in from a yard away. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with the battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
The point after threw the raindrops up and good. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. This offense trots back out there now, and as they do, Charles, one thing to point out that we saw a second ago are some of the new rules in the NFL this year regarding kickoffs.
Yeah, nowadays, the kickoff team, no more running starts. Remember that when you could kind of circle a guy around and here he goes? No more. You have to start, close to the ball. And when it's kicked, then you get to take off and go, so you can't build up your speed that way. Also, when you're returning it, remember those wedges that we used to say where guys would form together, 2 or 3 guys? No more of those. So it'd be a lot more man-on-man, one-on-one blocking. And also, they have rules about where people have to be when the ball's kicked, where they have to be when the ball's caught. So to me, it's much more like a punt return than it is an actual kickoff return. So I'm eager to see if teams now take their punt returners, those nifty guys who make people miss in the open field, and make them the kickoff returners as well, because I think you can still get big plays in this area if you have the right people back there.
Detroit! Gone!
Allen looks to throw on 2nd down. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away, because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The Bills on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Here we go. 3-19.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Going deep for Benjamin. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Tavon Young. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
No. Check. Patriot. Hurry up. Here we go. 3-19.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. Stephen Hauschka for the point after. Hauschka adds the extra point, and that will get him one closer. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The return man, Chris Moore. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
Back to the air, Jackson following the pick six. To the right side and complete to Hurst. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. You said it earlier in the quarter when we saw a broken tackle then that we might see some missed tackles here early on in week 1, and that's another one right there.
Yeah, not a surprise at all. It will even out as the season extends because everyone will get used to the play speed. But right now, here in the early season, the advantage definitely goes to the offense.
On second down, Collins. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now he'll let it go deep right side. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Leopard!
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Leopard!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. As the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Taking it about the 16. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it. And we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Here we go now. Lucky 36.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Now the Bills will hustle to the line.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Now Allen. He'll air this one toward Coleman. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Brandon Carr. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll check in for the first time with the newest member of our Madden family, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Now Tre'Davious White on the return. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And they'll get him down here at the 23. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On second down, here's Allen. Coleman has it here right side. Powering his way forward. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now a first down carry here from McCoy. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Leopard! Leopard! Gun! 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 Gun!
And here's Allen to throw on second down. It's complete to his tight end, Charles Clay. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target.
Here we go now.
Now Allen on third down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. The Bills' passing game getting them down the field. They've got another first down. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Allen now on first down. That's caught. It's Coleman. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Here we go now. Blue landed. Detroit. Detroit.
On play action, Allen out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Bills' passing game getting them down the field. They've got another first down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. On 2nd down, it's McCoy. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
Charles, I think sometimes maybe we take LeSean McCoy for granted. Been in the league since 2009. He's played 12 or more games every season as a running back. 30 years old this year. What do you see for his future?
I still see a very bright future for him, and you're exactly right. We do kind of take him for granted. Remember, he was with Philadelphia. Then he goes to Buffalo. Buffalo goes through the playoff drought before last season. And the Eagles, they win a Super Bowl without him. So, yeah, we forget just how special he is. But I do think with his running style, he's got many more seasons left. Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to.
And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. LeSean McCoy, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Bills draw a bit closer.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
The drive starts with a run by Collins. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. It's Vontae Davis, the Pro Bowler, in on the stop.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now Jackson on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The Ravens on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 6. On third down, Jackson. Flushed out right. And able to find John Brown. And he's taken down, but not before he gets us into enemy territory across the 40. That one will go down as 33 yards on the third down conversion. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 38. They go play action here on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. He was looking for Crabtree that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. The defensive tackle Kyle Williams there for the stop.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now it's Jackson. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Here's Sam Cook now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Leopard! Leopard! No, check! Patriot! Patriot!
Throwing on first down is Allen. Curley's got it, complete. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Now Allen throwing on 2nd down. Left side here, caught by Clay. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide it. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Back now in Baltimore. It's been a good one so far, just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4.
Leopard! Leopard!
They'll go again to McCoy. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. On first down, Allen will set up the screen to McCoy. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Allen completes it to Coleman. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here we go now.
On 3rd down, here's McCoy. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. One final try here for Allen. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, if you want to be aggressive out in your midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down? They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. So the solid run on first, and I would imagine no real hurry to run that second down play.
No, it's all on your quarterback now. He's going to keep an eye on the play clock and bleed things down, and he's not going to let the ball be snapped until it's inside 3 seconds left on the play clock. Unless, of course, you're playing a video game, you're trying to run it up on your friend.
Nice touch. Cold-blooded, too. Caught left side to Crabtree. And down inside the 15 he goes. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 7.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Jackson, quick hitter here. It's complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations. And then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, and you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. I don't think anyone got a finger on it. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
Just week one, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Terrell Suggs in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Gone. Now let's go. Detroit. Green 39.
Allen looks to throw on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on 1st down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off. Not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on 3rd down. Makes it manageable now.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Second down, Jackson. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Kyle Williams able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Detroit!
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Crabtree, the intended receiver. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trust in his quarterback and trust in his offense.
But still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now the Bills will hustle to the line.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
Back to throw. Over the middle, And it's incomplete. This secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit soon.
The Bills on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. And again, it's Mullins. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Here we go now. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get it behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.